welcome to part 2 of the Spellbinders cutout card that I created. This is Lisa Rana with Dollhouse Designs, and now we get to the fun part of decorating the whole card. So here in part 1 we created the card base with the belly band. We're going to go ahead and kind of set those aside for now. We don't quite need them. What I'm going to do is start with the inside here. And what I need is the matching stamp that matches this die. The matching stamp is by Unity, and of course the die cut is by Spellbinders. So what I want to do here is kind of create the outline of where the cutout is. Just make it easier on myself to stamp the inside. And put that aside. What we're going to need is, of course, my handy dandy Stamp-A-Majig here. I don't think I do much creating without it, just because it's hard to, you're not able to see through the rubber, and this gives you a clear view of where it will stamp. So what we need is, I'm going to use some dark brown chalk ink by Colorbox. Stamp our image here. Ooh, that was pretty. And then just line it up inside the outline that I... Okay. And there we go. It fits within that cutout. Very cool. And now I'm going to let that dry a little bit while I just wipe it off, and then I'll use my eraser to erase my lines. Okay, let's just go ahead and get rid of these so we don't forget. So for this one, I'm going to use some Unity ink. It's a palette ink. It's in Water Lily Green. Just gonna put that down. All I really want is that center image anyway. Okay, and now I need my Stamp-A-Majig again. And we're gonna do the same. Block here. Oh. And this saying comes from this stamp set by Unity called Generations. It's also a Simple Stories co-brand. So a lot of fun images in here, and that's what I'm using to decorate with. This saying says, "Live, laugh, love." So next, I'm going to use some Chestnut Roan ink. I like the variation in the different browns. We have Craft, dark brown, and then now the Chestnut Roan. Kind of gives it a little bit more interest. Now this one I'm probably going to stamp a couple times in place just to make sure I get a nice good image stamped. So here's number 1. Here's number 2, and I think I'll go one more. Good. It kind of depends on how many I do, depending on how juicy my card is. Or my ink pad is. I just put some re-inker in there, so it's pretty juicy. So now I'm just going to trim this out with my scissors. Super easy. So here we have the cutout, and I'm looking at this and it's kind of feeling a little plain, and I want to fill those in with something. So I'm going to use this stamp and do these little fleur-de-lis, or I don't know what these are, little flourishes on the inside of this stamp, just because I'm not feeling like that has enough interest. Needs to be filled in. So get our trusty Stamp-A-Majig out again. Now that we have the saying done, let's go ahead and work on the belly band here. I have a strip of pattern paper from that set, and I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and scallop one edge. And I'm just going to use the simple scallop Fisker's border punch. There's a little a little flower stamp that comes along with the Ornate Artisans matching Spellbinder set by Unity, and I'm just going to create a little Versamark pattern on this belly band, just to give it a little something. And actually, what I think I might do, I'm going to go ahead and put this down first. I think I'm going to use this. And then I'm going to use that as a guide. And because I just really like the doodle thing right now, I'm going to take a zig marker here and just kind of go over this scallop. So that's the beginning of the belly band. The next thing I want to use is some more stamps from the Generations. It's a cute little doily. And I cut a piece of paper from the pattern paper pack that has a doily as well. So I'm going to stamp this little doily inside the paper printed doily and then cut it out. And I think I'm going to use my Stamp-A-Majig. So I also have a key from that stamp set, and we're going to stamp that in Wild Honey over this houndstooth pattern, and then I'll cut that out as well. Okay, so let's finish this guy off. We have pretty much all of our little pieces here. What I'm going to do is put this guy in the middle here first. Get some pop dots here. Okay, I'm going to put the belly band on while I create the rest of the card here, so I can see how it looks. Attach this with a pop. And then this needs to be attached as well. I'm going to use some little pieces here. And then I need a little bit of yellow up here, so I'm going to grab my favorite butterfly punch here. Punch him out of some pattern paper. And just a little rhinestone. Okay, and the last thing I want is to add a little bit of twine to this key. And when I don't want to tie it around an object, I just create a bow and I create a loop, and then I wrap it around from the back and pull it through to create a bow. Just like that, and then I'll fiddle with it to get it to the size that I want. And then I like to attach it with some liquid glue. This one's by Scotch. Alright, that does it for today's Assemble This card. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and the card creation of these Spellbinders cutout cards. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.